Hello, besties. Whether you are hanging out by the pool or you are getting ready to go back to school, these are some books that I think would be worth squeezing onto your summer TBR to kind of just feel the summer vibes while the sunshine is still shining, the pools are still open, and the vibes are still immaculate. I have broken these recommendations up into 4 different categories. Let's go ahead and get into them. This first category is books that feel like summer camp, but with better vibes and hopefully less bugs. This first recommendation is very literal. This is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This book literally takes place at a summer camp. I will warn you, it is spicier than summer camp probably is. At least I hope so. This book follows 2 summer camp counselors as they kind of experience summer and have the vibes of camp, but also experience a little romance along the way. As a summer camp counselor girly myself, this book is very realistic. It is super on the nose. I had a fun time reading it. I would highly recommend. Next, I'd recommend The Summer Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. This book literally is just summer incarnate. It is giving summer camp because it takes place at a summer lake cabin, and it follows a group of friends and family as they kind of explore this summer of grief, romance, and playing a game of assassin. It is such a good time. The romance in this is like exactly summer camp romance vibes. Would highly recommend. Next, I've got One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serrell. I know what you're thinking, girl, this is literally not summer camp at all. This is Italy. You're right, but it does give those escaping from home magical realism, like the vibes that you can only get by going to a magical place and trying to discover yourself vibes. And for that, it is exactly like summer camp. And then last but not least for this category, I've got Summer in the City by Alex Astor. This book is for all of my city girlies that went to summer camp and kind of wish that they could have brought the summer camp vibes to the city with them. This is literally full of summery, crazy, wacky adventures, but it also obviously follows a romance. And once again, the romance is giving summer camp, okay? It just is. My next category are books that feel like a summer vacation, but booking a plane ticket is a little too expensive. So these are going to take you on a little summery vacation, a little summery trip, if you will. The first one is I Have to Recommend People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is literally about a summer vacation. I mean, come on. Actually, it might be a spring break vacation, but that's in the details. It's about 2 friends on this vacation, and it's like friends to lovers. They obviously go to several different places, so you could read this and get, you know, 1,000 trips for your, I don't know, $18 book. It's 2 friends, it's slow burn, it's vacation vibes, it's literally perfect. It is also going to be a movie here in January, I believe, so now is a better time than never to read it. Next, I've got Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This book is literally Schitt's Creek on the water. I mean, what more could you ask for? It's giving maybe Maine. Westport, Washington. There you go. If you have ever wanted to visit Washington, here's your chance. And you know what? I feel like Washington would be gorgeous in summer. I will warn you though, this one is spicy. But I mean, look at that cover. Come on. Speaking of spicy, next we've got Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. This is her newest release, I believe, and let me tell you, it is phenomenal. It'll make you want to just book a trip to Italy immediately. I mean, literally immediately. It does take place in Italy, right? I'm like second guessing myself. But yes, this book is literally summer incarnate. It's age gap. It is crazy. It is phenomenal. And like I said, it gives every vibe of a Italian summer rom-com vacation you could ever ask for. Highly, highly recommend squeezing this one in before the summer is over. And then last but not least for this category, I've got The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This one takes place on Maui, Hawaii. Like, come on, who doesn't want to visit Hawaii in the summer? This book is about 2 enemies, kind of, going on a honeymoon that's not a honeymoon. And like I said, it takes place in Maui. The vibes in here are just immaculate. As someone who has been to Maui themselves, let me tell you, they got everything right. Like the depictions of Maui in this book are phenomenal. So if you want a little end of summer transformation, pretend you're in Hawaii, this is the perfect book to read. My next category is movies that feel like a summer rom-com movie montage. First, I'd recommend Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bestone. This book feels like the summer fling that you would almost regret, but you didn't. And then next and last for this category, I've got Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This one is giving less rom-com and more poolside melancholy, but it is perfect for those transitional seasons. It literally takes place at a school, so it's a very good August read in my opinion. You could read this and get both summery pool vibes and school vibes, and yet again, this one is also very spicy, so read at your own risk. Okay? Okay, and then my last category is the vibes are high, but the music is higher. First, I would recommend Daisy Jones and the Six. I know I've recommended this so many times before, but it really is perfect. I mean, it's literally about sweaty summer concerts, dramatic band breakups, and a crazy summer tour. I mean, how much summerier could it get? Is that even a word? Summerier? I don't think so, but you know what I mean. This book also, I think I've mentioned this before as well, but it has a phenomenal TV show adaptation, which would be perfect to watch on those late nights coming home from school or coming home from work when it's like kind of starting to transition into fall. You know, those nights. This, I think, would be perfect for those exact vibes. And it's perfect. I mean, I literally have no other notes, but do yourself a favor and listen to the audiobook version of this, okay? And then last but not least, I once again know I have recommended this literally so many times on my channel, but I stand by this recommendation, guys. It is a phenomenal summer read. It's literally giving whimsical pirates, but with spores instead of sand. If you know, you know. And I think that August would be the perfect time to read this because not only is it a summery book, but it's also fantasy. And I don't know about you, but fall and winter are the perfect times of year to read fantasy. So this would be a phenomenal transitional piece of fantasy literature for you to just ease back into those vibes before you full send it. Okay? I'm looking at you. You better read this. Okay? I know you will. Tell me you will, please. All right, and then really quickly, I wanted to run through the books that are on my remainder of summer TBR, kind of my radar for these next couple of summery weeks we've got ahead of us. I've got just a couple of books here that if I don't read them by the end of this summer, I am not sure when I will get to them. So, yeah, anyway. First off, I've got My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I am desperately wanting to read this. I will say my Libby hold for this just came through, so there's a really good chance this is going to be my next read. Like 98% certainty that this is what I'm going to read next. But like, come on, doesn't that cover just give summer? It's literally 3 people swimming. I will say though, I've heard this is an emotional read, which is kind of why I've been putting it off. But I do think that August would be a perfect time to read this because I don't know about y'all, but I feel more inclined to be emotional in the fall and winter. Like summer is just a little too happy to be sobbing about a book, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is one of those that if I don't read it like within the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be really mad at myself. The next book on my radar is Passion Project by London Sperry. This is one of those debut novels that Book of the Month offered a couple months ago. It says back in April, so I'm really behind. But this one is about 2 friends, I think. They like went on a date at one point. They're exploring I almost said London because her name is London. That's not right. They're exploring New York City together. Something about this cover is just giving summer, so I really want to read this soon. And I don't know about y'all if you've ever noticed this, but I feel like Book of the Month's print is slightly larger than regular books, and it's already looking like it's pretty short. So I do think that I could read this as like kind of a quick palate cleanser in the next couple of weeks, like in between my Stormlight Archive books. If you know, you know. But yeah, I do think this one will be fun and fast paced. Next on my radar is The Summer We Ran by Audrey Ingram. This is one of those books that I really, really want to read it because it literally says summer. I mean, come on. But I'm hesitating because a lot of my favorite booktubers recently have read this, and I believe The two that stick out in my mind were Jamie and Sarah Caroli, and they both rated it 3 stars. Again, it's one of those books that's pretty short, so I'm like, I could read this fast and as a little palate cleanser, but also like the negative reviews are kind of getting to me, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to. But also, if I don't read it in summer, when am I going to read it? It's literally called The Summer We Ran. So I think I'm going to just buckle up and read it. And then if not, I'll read it next summer. No big deal. But yeah, this is the one that I would really like to get to, I think. And then last but not least on my radar is The Wedding People by Allison S. Patch. This is one of those books that has been on my radar for like literally over a year, I feel like. Well, when did this book come out? I mean, my copy says August 2024. So yeah, it's been almost a whole year. And I'll be honest, every time I like go to pick it up, something stops me. I really want to read it. I think now is a good time because again, this cover's just giving summer, but I've also heard this is an emotional read, so it could be good to do it kind of in these transitional months where it's okay to be a little emotional. I don't know much about this other than it's about a girl who like kind of crashes a wedding. Kind of. It's hard to explain without literally like spoiling it, but it's just one of those books that I don't think I want to read it with my eyeballs. And my Libby said that the audiobook hold for this is like months and months and months out. So we'll see when the Libby gods bless me with a copy of this audiobook. I guess I could read it with my eyeballs. Again, it's got that book of the month kind of larger print, but I just don't think I want to do that. So we'll see. But anywho, those are my summer recommendations. I hope you found at least one book in here you would be willing to read before the end of the summer. If you do, let me know in the comments below which one you're thinking about picking up before summer ends. And also in the comments, let me know any of your summer recommendations or just in general the books you're hoping to read before September rolls around. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you joined me in today's video. I really hope you catch me in the next one, and I love you very much. Feel free to like and subscribe. Those things actually do a lot of good things for us people over here at YouTube. So please, I would love you forever if you could do that for me. But anywho, thanks again. I'll see you next week or next video. You know, whatever. You'll see me again.